Okay, class in session, guys. So this is a video which is how to create a web series and execute it successfully. Now, this is going to be a general overview of how to do this, guys. And I'm specifically talking to the actors out there, and I'm also talking to just like content creators in general. Now, web series is a shorter form of a television series. But then again, you can actually make a television series for the web. It's kind of the same thing, really. So when I created my web series called All About the Mackenzies, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which also went on to television as well on 2 different networks in different years. Now, I'm just going to break this down in a quick summary of how to actually go about doing this for those of you who are looking to do a web series, or you're just genuinely unaware of how to actually put the show together. Okay, so first thing I'm going to talk about is you need a concept. And what do I mean by that? You need a concept. So what is the show? What's the idea? What's the genre? What is the storyline? People, viewers, even yourself, when you watch your shows, you're drawn to a story, you are drawn to characters, you're drawn to experiences. You want to create a show that is engaging to watch. You don't want it to be a situation where someone watches 1 episode, but they don't watch the rest of the 5 episodes. And that really is going to come down to that very, very, very first episode. Do you get the person hooked? Okay? Now, these are all important questions that you need to start brainstorming. And one thing I will mention as well is I'm going to post a link to a video at the end of this video, which is 10 tips for a successful web series that I recorded years ago, but the laws pretty much still stands, okay? So you need a concept, you need a story. So guys, stories are infinite. When coming up with a kind of story, you want to be able to think, firstly, like, who's going to watch this? Who am I trying to appeal to? And more importantly, what message do I want to get across? And this all comes down to, who are you? Who are you? What kind of story do you want to tell? What do you want to be known for? Like, what do you believe in? What are your morals? What are your ethics? You know, is this a universal concept? Is this specifically aimed towards the Black community, the Muslim community, Jewish community? Is this a homosexual show? Is it LGBT? Like, you need to really think and narrow down, who am I trying to talk to and what is it that I want to say, okay? So that's a general overview of a concept. Now, the next stage you want to get to is the writing of the script. Now, I personally encourage everyone to learn how to write a script, okay? Bearing in mind, it's not going to be perfect when you start. Please bear this in mind. When you write a script, do not have the expectations of a Hollywood franchise like Fast and Furious, okay? Like, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. And you have to be okay and accept the fact that this isn't going to be a perfect start with things. It's okay to just fuck up a little bit, you know? You learn from those challenges. You learn from those experiences. Now, you might be one of those people where you're like, oh, you know what, Sam? I really don't have time to be writing a script. That's a long thing, right? That's fine. Just make sure you can find someone that can write a script. But there is power in delivering your own personal story. But I'm going to leave that for a separate video for another day, because that's a big topic in itself, okay? So if you want to know how to write a script, guys, you know, you can do exactly what I did. Go onto YouTube and type in how to write a script. There are videos of people teaching you how to write a script. And specifically the type of softwares to use to write your script. You know, there are different softwares that are out there. I use a software called Celtex. I am aware that there is software called Final Draft. you can use that one as well. And I'm sure there are other ones as well. Now, like most people, when they come to me and say, "Oh, Sam, I've written a script," the formats I normally receive are Microsoft Word documents. Guys, it's tough to write a script on Microsoft Word, especially if you want to format it in a professional way. Now, for theatre productions, yeah, by all means, write in Microsoft Word. But when it comes to anything filmic, you want to use Celtex or Final Draft, which actually has the format built within the software. So you're able to write the actions, write the characters, write the dialogue, write the parentheticals, write interior or exterior, and it does all that stuff magically for you, man. The technology is here to do that. So you want to start learning how to write a script, research how to write a script. If you don't have the time to be doing it, or you're just too lazy to do it, come up with a concept and pass it on to someone that you know that can write scripts. If you do not know anyone that writes a script, guys, like I said to you in another video, find them. They are on social media. Just hashtag writer, hashtag screenwriter, put out a post and say, "Hey, I have a concept for a web series. Is there any writer looking to help me out?" Obviously, you may have to pay them some sort of fee for their time, but at least you get a script written. Okay, cool. Now, the one thing that I never did in my earlier stages was have a script editor. Now, what is a script editor? A script editor is someone that will go through your story and recognize all the holes, okay? They will recognize things and see things that you never saw yourself, because when you're quite invested into your own project, you can easily become blind to things. You know that saying, love is blind? You love your project and you may be blind to certain things. And back in the day, I wasn't open to it because I had this belief that script editors will get all up in your shit, change things around, dilute stuff down. And you know what? For some cases, they do, especially when I went to certain meetings with networks and they were looking at things. And like, guys, you have to really think about this. All right, let's say you're a black person watching this, right? And you are writing a story talking about the black experience. Don't be going to these white people because they don't understand our experience. They're only going to dilute stuff down and make it in a way that is more for them, okay? It ain't me being racist. This is fact. You can speak to a lot of black screenwriters who approached like white script editors or white producers and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm going to leave that for another video. So you have your concept, you have your script. The next thing you want to start doing is finding cast for your web series. Now, how do you find cast? Okay, this is really simple. There are websites, talent websites, where you can find actors. One of them that I used back in the day was starnow.co.uk. You've also got spotlight.com, where you can find actors as well. For those of you who are in different countries, I don't necessarily know what talent sites that you guys have, but do go ahead and do a Google search. I'm sure you can check out what it is, or you may even know yourself, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to start auditions. Guys, I've said this many times before. Don't just cast your friend because you know them, right? You want actors that are going to sell your show and deliver great performances. Don't just call up your brethren Tyrone and say, "Hey bro, do you want to act in my web series?" No, you need to start putting yourself out there and meeting new faces, new talent. This comes down to networking. This comes down to skill, guys. You guys are going to have to start learning how to do this stuff as early as possible if you want to actually be successful in creating any kind of show, regardless of if it's a web series, film, or television show or whatever. So look for the talent is out there, guys. The talent is out there. You want to get on these talent sites, post your characters. You want to post what the character name is, what the age range of that character is, what the ethnicity of that character is, and you want to break down a description of what that character is like when you post this stuff out there, okay? And what you want those actors to do, you want them to be sending you self-tapes. They can either send you self-tapes, or you can hire out a room and do physical auditions. You can also do this. You can do both. You can do the self-tapes, or you can literally just meet actors in a room and audition them there and then. So that is how you find your cast, guys. Don't be calling up your friends. And you know what? I'm not 100% against calling up your friends. They might be great actors. They might have done stuff before. Go ahead and do it, okay? Right. So in regards to the next step, which is filming, you're going to be wondering, well, Sam, how the hell do I film this? Guys, I said exactly the same thing. Now, there are ways around this. There are many different options that you can choose. You can simply film anything on your phone these days, and you can have the necessary rigs to attach to your phone to be able to film decent stuff. I know certain like web series that were filmed on phones, guys, and you know, it works. It depends on the kind of quality that you're looking for. Go ahead and do that. Now, when I started web series, I found a guy who was fresh out of university. I saw his university work that he had stuffed because he was doing a film kind of course, and I loved his quality. And he owned a DSLR camera, and we basically just got started there, okay? And we used his camera, and you're also going to need decent sound. You want a professional sound recorder, preferably one that can record sound and mix sound, okay? Sound is so important, guys. You have no idea the amount of web series that I've seen on YouTube where the sound is terrible. You got wind blowing all over the place. You got a scene where you've got different shots in the scene, and the sound quality is different for each shot. And guys, it sounds terrible. But do you want to know something? If you're starting out, I'm not going to knock it because you're starting out, because you know what? You have to start somewhere. It really does depend on your budget and how much money you have. Can you make a web series with no money? Yes, you can. Because my very first season of All About the Mackenzies was absolutely no budget. No budget. Not even the actors got travel reimbursement. They didn't even get it. They just believed in the vision enough to be like, you know what, I'm down for this. I want to do it. See, guys, when you're out looking for your cast, right, and you have no budget, tell them that. But what you want to do is you want to sell them a vision of where you see your show going. I remember when I started with All About the Mackenzies in early 2011, right? I remember I narrated a PowerPoint presentation. I had the concept idea. I used Google Images for ideas of the types of characters that I was looking for. And, you know, I had the different slideshow going and stuff like that. I even had some music playing softly in the background whilst I was talking. And I put at the end of it that, you know, I was looking for writers, I was looking for directors, I was looking for producers, etc., right? Lo and behold, I ended up having to do the whole thing myself, but that's a completely different story for another time. Okay, so lighting is also very important. You can hire out decent lights for your production. I'm going to cover the specifics for that in a completely different video. This is a general overview of basically what you need, okay? So you want decent lighting. As long as you got a camera, sound, lights, locations. Guys, film in your yard. Film in your brethren's yard. Film in your mum's yard, your auntie's yard. You build relationships with the shopkeeper down the road and say, hey, you know, can we film a scene in here? And by all means, guys, you know what? Go film on the roads, man. The thing is, though, if you're filming on, high streets and stuff like that, be careful. You can get done for it. So don't say that you was not warned, okay? So there's the locations and the filming sorted, okay? Next thing. the distribution of your web series. So obviously, you're going to be looking at YouTube for your initial way of getting this out there to the people, right? Now, you can just put out one episode a week, depending on how many episodes that you have. I mean, you could also do one each day. That's also a choice. It depends on what you're really looking to do here, guys. And what will also give you a boost as well is, depending on what the subject nature and the concept of your web series is about, contact certain organizations that is to do with your subject matter. For example, if your web series has something along the lines of, I don't know, a character has HIV, contact an organization to do with HIV or something like that and ask them to support you. Ask them to sponsor you. Ask them, hey, you know, we're coming up, we're doing this web series, and, you know, depending on who you speak to, you know, they may even be able to promote it for you on their website, you know. If you're doing a web series to do with bullying or, oh God, you get where I'm going with this, guys. Domestic violence. Hey, reach out to domestic violence organizations and women organizations, stuff like that, guys, and just tell them what you're doing. Like, all you have to do is be open to just reaching out to people, sending them an email, letting them know what you're doing, and, you know, they'll be able to support you. You know, they may even share your web series with their clients or whatever, like people that have actually been through the experiences of, you know, what you've been through, okay? And YouTube, you want to, like, use tags and stuff that is to do with the subject matter of your actual series as well. You know, you can put in the hashtags, like hashtag domestic violence or hashtag bullying or hashtag HIV or hashtag homosexual or hashtag the hell out of it, guys. And put it all up in there and type the description of it in there as well, okay? And, you know, you just put it out there, guys. Reach out to local newspapers, local radio stations, areas of where you're from. You know, reach out to them, let them know what you're doing. You know, you can actually speak to the public, let them know what you're doing. You can also, if you want to take it a step further, you can reach out to bigger radio stations, pay a little fee, and have a little 30-second advert jingle talking about your series and say, you know, find us on YouTube, type in this series, type in all about the Mackenzies, or type in Growing Pains web series, or type in Venus versus Mars, or Brothers with No Gate. Like, you see where I'm going with this, guys. I'm trying to get you guys to kind of think outside the box here, okay? Okay, so next thing, you want to start looking at web series festivals. You want this to be reaching a wider audience and building more awareness of yourself as a creator, okay? You want to reach out to different festivals, submit your web series to different festivals, and if you want to find out where those festivals are, you want to go on to is it FilmView, Freeview, I can't remember the specific website, but I will research it for you, and I'm going to type it in the description box, and that will be a place where you can actually find out where all the festivals are. Not just web series, but it's also film festivals as well, guys. So that's another bit of information to help you out, okay? And also as well, if you think your web series has potential for hitting it big time for the television show, guys, by all means, man, you want to reach out to TV networks and reach out to the commissioners and say, hey, this is a web series. I think it'll be really good for a TV show. Send them the link, let them watch it, and say to them, you know what, open for your feedback and open to make any necessary changes or whatever. Guys, I'll be straight up with you. Most time they won't get back to you, but you never know, they might. So that is a quick video, guys, of how you basically create your web series, get your concept together, and execute it successfully. Like I said, 1,000-mile journey begins with one step, and you want to bear in mind that there is always room for improvement. The more you do this, guys, the better you're going to get at the craft. Any questions, type below, email me, hashtag and all that stuff there. So comment, like, subscribe, tap the bell button for more notifications of videos. Holla back. Bye.